One of the challenges in music NFTs right now is the user experience. Because the headlines are not telling the narrative. They're not telling the most exciting story. The most exciting story is on the ground. That's what's significant. That's what is going to be significant in 10 years. Interesting times ahead, friends. So, music NFT update. We have Universal Music Group, one of the biggest 3 labels in the world, has partnered with Limewire. Yes, Limewire. I'm not lying. You know Limewire. Another update, Spotify released a statement saying that they're starting to test NFTs on their platform. These both bring in a lot of questions. Artists in Web3, we're looking for ownership. We're looking to be able to mobilize our own economy and our own community. As a Web3 artist, you can upload your music, you sell it directly to your fans. It's totally transparent, and you can structure it however you want. Now with big tech, big labels moving in, they're wanting to mitigate these. They want to be in between that transaction. They want to control that conversation. Inevitably, Universal has said that their artists will be able to release the NFTs. Fans can support them on their platform. For me, that's kind of retrograde because it's kind of like what Disney and Netflix, now you gotta go here to get this. And one of the challenges in music NFTs right now is the user experience. You know, if you want to listen to a song that you bought as an NFT, you have to go to the NFT platform. A solution is aggregators where you can get all the music that you want. And there are platforms that are being built that are enabling people who buy NFTs on different platforms to listen to their songs in one place. So if Universal is going to do this, it's adding another channel that you have to go to, another ecosystem. And I haven't seen any of the artists that I know that have credibility in Web3, that are speaking about it, that are excited about it, that have much good to say about it. That's a red flag for me. In fact, this is from Mark Gorton, who is one of the co-founders of Limewire. In his very own words, according to this, I think it is a bit risky to say that Limewire is back. The NFT project has nothing to do with the original, he says. He's not thrilled about an unrelated group of people using the Limewire name. So look, if the founder isn't that excited about it, I don't know, bruh. That's another red flag for me. Another update is Spotify have announced that they're going to be putting NFTs on their platform. Whether that means you can purchase it or just look at the artwork, or I don't know what you're gonna do from there, but I've asked these questions, they haven't responded. We'll see how they integrate it. Again, I don't know anyone credible in the space who is advocating for it. You know what I mean? And this kind of leads me to a point where, you know, us in Web3 as artists, we want control over our conversation. We want to be able to mobilize our own community on our own terms. We want to be able to name the price with our community, right? The less hands in our pockets, the less hands who are structuring things, the more agile we are. What's significant is what my peers are doing. So, you know, there's so many artists, Cam Murdoch, Jaden Violet, King Mayfield, Jamie Cornelia. There's so many incredible artists who are building, I'm not even mentioning, I'm not doing this justice. There are so many who are creating ecosystems and economies and tokenomics around their releases, you know. And this is what's significant. You're not going to hear about all of them because Spotify, you know, all of these things are going to make the headlines, but it's not where the real innovation is. You know what I'm saying? So I would implore you to just spend some time, do some research. You must understand, a lot of artists in Web3 have been burned by Web2. They've been making pennies off the dollar. Some of them have never been able to make any significant money. And now they're making money in Web3, and now they're being able to mobilize their own community and build an ecosystem around their art and create assets that are valued. You know what I'm saying? There's been a huge devaluation of music for so many years. And now we're wanting to change the conversation on our terms with our community. So if that's not part of the intention, then it's really not significant, because that's not the goal for us in Web3. Education is such a big part of Web3, getting into Web3, and I'm not sure how much education big tech and big labels are going to be doing for the fans, for the people who want to collect. It's far more effective to get into a smaller community that's led by artists and creators, because they will onboard you and support you in your journey, growing in Web3. We do that. We help so many people, just orientate them, point them in the right direction, because we want people to know what it is, be informed, so that we all can grow in it, So, that's kind of a cheeky little wrap up for some music NFT updates. As always, keep an eye on what's happening on the ground. Get in touch with people, get on Twitter, get in the conversations, learn from the people who really building in the space, because the headlines are not telling the narrative. They're not telling the most exciting story. The most exciting story is on the ground. That's what's significant. That's what is going to be significant in 10 years. All right? So, keep your eyes open. Wrap.